Hey, it's Dan, and welcome back to Unified Gaming. Now today we're just going to go and farm XP. That's literally it. I am wanting to get to level 60 as quick as I can now, and I am a bit tired of being not quite there just yet. So I'm actually at a really good grind spot, and I'm going to just show you kind of a few things you can do to get XP really quick and easily. And the bonus to this is you do get really good weapon XP too. If you have any questions about the build or just about new build generally, feel free to put in the comments and I'll do my best to stay up to date with that. But I am going to focus mainly on just actually getting the XP. So with that kind of out of the way, we're going to actually do it now. So what I'm actually doing is using a fire staff and ice gauntlet. I'm at this place in Restless Shores. I'm sure many of you have seen it. You literally run and just aggro all of the mobs. And if you follow this route correctly, you get about 1k XP. There's somebody else here who's just trying to steal my XP. So let me just kill these quickly. We'll just wait for these to come here. Oh, they're dead. Okay, that's that group dead already. Hopefully that guy will disappear in a moment. They normally do. So we'll just have to try and get that guy to move quickly. A lot of the time you can just AoE dump the big area. And anybody who's trying to kind of farm XP here, you can just out DPS them. So I wouldn't be surprised if that guy just goes away yet. Which, yep, he already is. So that's kind of what you can do if somebody tries to take this spot. The respawn timer is about a minute or so it's not too bad. And yeah, it's actually really useful, this place. Okay, I think they're almost ready to go back. So we're just going to go and do the route properly this time. I think most are there. There might be a few still on cooldown. The other guy. You run through here. There's a kind of a doorway. You want to hit that one in the far distance. You then have to roll dodge past this guy, or he actually hits you and locks you in place. Tackle the one in the corner. Run around. You want to jump about here. So you do that over the sort of banister. Tag the one on the left. And you run all the way back to the beginning. If you can, it does help hit the one in the corner here, just more XP. Fireball AoE here, switch bar, ice wall, ice AoE. Let them all go inside that. Grabs your ice there and explode it, and they're all dead. So that's 800 XP there already. Really good XP. And if you kill these two, it's about 1,000 roughly now. So yeah, the XP is insane here. And on top of that, you get A's off, you get gold, you get loads of items that you can just salvage. So it's a really good spot. For people curious on the map, it's actually here in Restless Shores. So top of the map, there's 2 points here. This is the better one. Bigger area, more mobs. Easier to pull them as well, in my opinion. But that also comes with, there's more things to kill you. So do take that kind of with a pinch of salt. I'm just also putting a bit in Discord, just for people curious. Then we'll do another one. I think they're ready to go. We'll just chuck these out. And yeah, we're good to go. And it's literally just repeating this. So it's not the... I won't say it's the most riveting gameplay, in all honesty. But it does get the job done for sure. So remember to tag the one in the far distance. Roll through this one here. Tag the one in the corner. Run around. Jump over the fence. There's one lane on the floor down here. Just ping him, there he is. Roll away. And if you get loads and you like this just zigzag, it does actually work quite well. Roll, light attack, roll. Fireball there. Block him in place, AoE there. And we'll just finish off anybody who's left. There you go. That is another 1k XP. It's like, so it's mad because that's actually to get a k XP in this game isn't the easiest thing to do, in all honesty. Yeah, I think they're almost ready to go. We also need to salvage all of this stuff at the moment. It's just full of, look at that, look how much rubbish there is. So yeah, it's a pretty decent spot. What's really nice as well is if you've got a low level friend or someone's new to the game, what you can do is actually use this spot to kind of power level them. Even if it gets them up, you know, 10, 20 levels or so, it is really fast. And it's really good for weapon XP. So you're typically getting about 500 weapon XP per route. So if you've got someone like me who's doing all the damage, the other people can actually level up things that are a bit tricky to level, like the musket, the bow, for example. That's undead. 917 XP. Pretty good. I would also suggest, if you can, when you do this, flag for PvP. I know that sounds really stupid, but honestly, if you are flagged for PvP, that really helps because it's more XP. You can also kill the crocodile on the right if you want, but there's no real need. He's kind of okay, just chilling there. You also get decent money too. So you go through anything with harvesting on it in some way, like skin and luck. That's 100 gold there. Paramutable. Oh, I don't use that. No, I don't use that. So that there's going to be worth probably 100 to 200 gold at least, just because of the login on it. So you got money there already instantly to sell. So you're making XP, you're getting gold, you're getting A's off. It's like really good. That one we can sell. They're ready to go again. Oh yeah, it's literally just repeating this. So I'm going to be doing this for about an hour or so, roughly. And you can have a look at kind of how much XP we actually get in that time. And there's one on the stairs on the right, which you might not have seen. He's a grenadier. I would leave him alone. You can kill him, yes. But the issue that you have is he chucks really big grenades at you and they hurt really much. Like, they do a lot of damage. They knock you back. You get staggered easily. But yeah, that's that group dead. So yeah, pretty decent spot. We have 51k XP to go, so about 50 laps roughly. So we should get to level 50 hopefully by the end of the stream, which would be nice. And as I said, it's one of those things that you can do by yourself. So I'll ask those people in a moment in the guild just to not help. And what you want to do to try and solo this, you need to have something that has deadly frost on it. That gives your ice wall damage. That really helps. And then just stack intelligence and get 50 plus HP. So you want to have this passive here, 30% damage to your AoE spells. It's bugged at times, so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you want that, and you want the Deadly Frost, as I said. I'm going to go and solo this quickly and just show you that it can be done. So even if you don't, like, I don't have anybody to do this with, you can do it really good. So John asked, XP spots and stuff, are they exploiting? They're exploiting if you are doing it at the bosses. So that where the bosses are, and they drop like elite items, for example, that is exploiting because their mechanics are, you allow them to spawn faster than they should do normally. Whereas places like this, you can do this by yourself. So that's the difference. So check this out here, check that there. So as you can see, you can solo this. There you go. And then what's really nice is once you kill this, because of the respawn timer, you go, oh, I need a life staff. Actually, you can just rest at a camp nearby, and by the time you're healed up, they're ready to go again. So it's a really, really great spot. Obviously, they can help as well now. And yeah, so you can see that's okay XP already. So we should go to like 50k next on the next pull. So as long as you're not like doing this, something like this where you're abusing elite spawns and stuff, and particularly with bosses, that was the issue. People did this with bosses where you stack loads and loads of people to make bosses spawn. Then yeah, that's an exploit. But this is, you're doing it solo. And the thing with the bosses was it was to get watermark score, whereas this is just XP. Remember to grab the one on the left here. Easy to forget. So you want to fireball them. So fireball where you're going to go. Ice shower there. Ice AoE. Let them run into it. Roll in. Go into your entomb. Left click explode. Almost dead. Done. So that's a whole ball dead. That's how quick you can nuke that many enemies at once. It is insane. What's good as well, if you have someone like me doing this, your mates can literally use any weapon they want to level up. So I've got my ice gauntlet to 20 here, my musket to 20 here, my spear up here. This has gone up a bit. This is almost 20 just by doing this. Because it's like 500 XP per route for your weapon, which is mad. I don't think we need burning. We'll try combat speed, that might be nice. But I mainly come here for Azov, that's the big bonus to this. I'll show you the passives for the ice gauntlet in a moment. Just because I know a few people are curious about kind of what to use passive wise. And when you get to here, as I said, just jump over this. Shoot the ones on the floor. If you've got a fire stuff, you can, if you time it right, use the like teleport thing. and to get a lot of distance from there, and that makes it a bit safer if you're a bit worried. Fireball down there. Let them all go on that. So I aggroed the grenadier this time. So you want to get rid of that dude there as quick as you can. And you just go and heal. Yeah, just give me a second. I'll just grab this. And yeah, so I think this is probably one of the best spots in the game to level because it's easy. The EXP is great. You get gold. You just need to have anything with AoE damage. This is in Restless Shores. You want to get this way shrine up here. Shrine or Sifas, I think it's pronounced. I might have really butchered that. And then you move across, and there's two like watchtowers here. You end up coming here for a quest anyway, so you'll come near this. I love it. The Duke is going, hey, this isn't ESO. What about us on console? I was like, yeah, I do get that obviously a lot of people on the channel like ESO, and I like ESO as well. I also like the game when it works, and ESO doesn't always work, and that's kind of, it's a bit frustrating because ESO has so much potential, whereas this actually does work. There are issues with this, like 100%. Let me just roll through this dude here. Yeah, that's where the grenadier is, so try not to annoy him because he's actually annoying to fight. And if you can't solo this, by the way, like I can, then just get a group of 2 or 3 people with AoEs and just spam AoEs in one spot, and that will work. Right, so fireball where you want to go. AoE's here, AoE's here. Just get that one there. There we go. So yeah, it's quite easy. You take about 2k damage a time. And that's with really low armor, by the way. My armor's really low, so don't go, oh, he's got, like, he's really tanky. I mean, medium light armor, sorry. I thought that was, 76 is great. I really enjoyed playing that. I used to play it on Xbox, so I still actually have it on Xbox. Played with a few mates, so Dale, Reese, and some others. And I like the lore. It did lack somewhat, just like NPCs in there sort of when it first came out. But I think they did a good job to fix it. And if anybody, just for those people curious about this spot, if you have missed this part, you can just go back and watch the first 10 minutes or so where I was soloing it, so you can do this by yourself. How much XP have we made already? We need 48, so we made 3k in 3 pulls. It's like, yeah, it is about a k XP. I found the issue with, kind of off topic from New World, but Fallout 76, the economy just got absolutely destroyed with the dupes, like the constant dupes. You get like a really good legendary and just people dupe it mad, and you can just buy it constantly, like for, and some people sold it for like real money. So it was just, it really ruined kind of the economy that you had. $700 XP there, 769. This one here will make about 800 roughly. And you can also take turns as well, like it's quite an easy spot. So if you need to nip to the loo or something, just ask your mate to do it, and you can just literally just sit here like AFK for like a couple minutes while you get a drink or something, and still get XP because they're still killing them for you. So it's it's just such a great spot. And I think they're almost ready to go again. Like the respawn time is pretty fast. So yeah, hopefully this obviously helps people get XP quickly. This is what I've been doing, and I found this... It isn't quite as quick as doing quests, because you can stack quests, as you get like massive chunks of XP when you come back. But the issue is that sometimes you can't get enough quests in a similar area, and this becomes better then. So I found that when you kind of do quests, you kind of use all your A stuff up, teleport around, and then once you've done all that, come somewhere like here. Use a potion. You always get good potions here too, if I were to say that. So yeah, that's that lot done again. So a potion there. Something to salvage. So all of my potions that I have, by the way, are just from this spot. So we're now on 462. So we gained 2k XP. 2400 XP roughly in 2, maybe 3 pulls. Diablo 2 Resurrected. Any plans to play? I haven't actually played Diablo before. I've seen some people have, but kind of when the game first came out and kind of with how old I am, so I'm 30, just for people curious. With kind of when Diablo came out, I just never really played. I played lots of shooter games as a kid, and I played a few strategy games like Command and Conquer, Civilization, those types of things. And so I like the kind of fast-paced games, and also like kind of the games we have to think, and then kind of MMOs have a bit of both, which is why I like MMOs at the moment. But no, I haven't played Diablo yet. I think the hard part is just trying to find time to play all the games. Like I've got the Outer Worlds, which I started playing, and I really like it, but trying to play the Outer Worlds, Elder Scrolls Online, New World, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, for example, you just don't have time to play all of them. So you then have to pick what do you want to play. So I think if I added Diablo to that list, with working a full-time job, I don't have the time, sadly. But it's something I'll keep an eye on, because I like the whole, like, you can obviously really optimise your characters and stuff inside that. And there's a really big kind of community for that, about min-maxing and really kind of getting as much as you can from the gear that you use. Yeah, just be careful when they shoot you with the rapid fire shots like that. So that's 300, 380, 412, roughly. About 400 weapon XP then, for my fire stuff. 400 to 500 give or take. It's hard to always see because sometimes you just got oddities. You'll probably also notice the game sounds just disappeared slightly. I'm just putting it back on. There you go, that should be back now. Yep. So I'm using a voice meter, I think it's called. And they've got a free version, but every now and again it disconnects and you have to kind of just push a button to reconnect it, which that's what happened. Oh, they're back again. they spawn too quick, honestly. Which I don't think is a bad thing. If this one's late, just shoot at the AoE here, and that'll get him when he spawns. Roll through here. If you roll and swap bar, by the way, you do roll a bit quicker. I'll use that to get away from that bad situation because that was not good. I can't believe I missed that. That's really bad. I missed that fireball. So yeah, you get money, items, all that stuff. Sherm says, just got a VSO because the lag was awful. Yep. And I really feel, well, I know a lot of you guys play Elder Scrolls Online on console. And I played on Xbox EU for 4 or 5 years. And so I completely get how bad it was. And I played in the period where when you would run across Cyrodiil, you'd crash, you'd just get random load screens inside just keeps. Or you're riding from... It happened a lot in the northern part of the map. And you could be in the middle of combat and the Xbox just crash the dashboard. And you're like, what on earth? And obviously it's got worse and worse. And it was bad then. So like, I really, really feel for you guys because... Yeah. We need to salvage some stuff as well. We've got loads of stuff here we can get rid of. You also, just a little tip. I get asked this quite often. When you salvage items, see my goals at 652, yeah? If your repair parts are full, it will say you won't get any repair parts when you salvage, but you still get the gold. So that's just really useful to know. Anything you find that's quite useful, by the way, I'd suggest locking. You go, okay. So we'll like lock that because I can sell that when I get back. Could sell that when I get back. Could sell that when I get back. Could probably sell that when I get back. I've just asked Manti if he could run it. The person in our group. So I've got so much rubbish I need to get rid of from here. So you see my repair parts are full. 676. 1 gold there. I think Manti should be back in a moment. Or not. Well, Manti's going to run it. Run, Manti, run. Yeah, he's doing it now. He is. We'll lock that. So I'm literally just anything that's basically got gathering stuff. Just lock that. A salvage lock. There it is. Right, so he's almost back. Getting about 25 gold doing that. $800 XP there. That would do, thank you. $900 XP when you add on the one from there and the one from here. So yeah, it's a good way of getting XP, this spot. Just bear in mind that if you are flagged for PvP in this area, other people can attack you. Yes, you get more XP and it's worth it, generally. But you can also get frustrated if people keep killing you. Get rid of all the weapons we don't need. We got a sword. Got our shield. That one we equipped. One of these we used earlier. There you go. And I'm gonna use this now to level up my weapon. So my weapon is 6.5. We've got someone else trying to get here for XP. Manti died. I'll go and pull him in. I'll go pull him this time. Yeah, you can get stuck on the stairs, so just do be careful with that. There you go, just go past that. And Lily's following me. I don't think Lily knows what you have to do here. So there's a good chance that she's going to die. I'm going to have to nuke on her. There's most of them that are dead there. That one's dead. Chico asks, are you as successful in this game with your fans as you are in ESO? So with this game, I haven't made many videos on this actually, other than just streams, because I've been, over the past about 2-3 weeks ago, close to 3 weeks ago, I came down with COVID, so I had to isolate and obviously was unwell as well with it, and so I never kind of made videos properly in that period. And then since then, obviously, you're a bit more breathless. But the way I explained it to my wife is that you just feel really unfit. And so with going to work, I'm back at work now, so going back to work and recording and stuff, there just wasn't time between going to work, coming home, getting gameplay and then editing the video. And kind of between all of that and having a family and just being tired and not quite 100%, it was kind of something I had to give, and it was your job can't give, your family can't give, so I made less videos as a result. But I do plan to make more videos on New World. So kind of to your, are you as successful? It's more kind of, you're kind of as successful as you are with the content that you push out. So if you look at ESO, I think there's a guy called The Real Godzilla. So he was kind of a creator that people didn't really know of much about a year ago. But then he started making videos for the past 2 or 3 months. He's made videos almost daily. And so now he's got a lot of subs because of that. So there is definitely like a correlation between videos and more subs. And the more you put out, the more subs you can potentially get and more views you can get, because obviously you've got a higher chance of getting exposure to just more people. So yeah, I wouldn't say like it's as strong as say ESO, because obviously I've been doing ESO longer. But like I do in Elder Scrolls Online, I do like to min-max stuff. So in New World, for example, with my musket, this is like the optimal setup for PvP that I found that works the best for overland, because you got incredible high damage. You can almost like one-shot somebody with that setup with the right sets. And then you also have really good self-healing, and you've also got really nasty dots. So this is like a really potent setup in PvP. And then same for this is really good in PvP, because you can lock people in place, do really great AoE damage, and then just lock yourself in this ice tomb that explodes and almost like does somebody's health by one hit. It's so much damage. So yeah, I think when I do kind of this build, for example, go here. But I do plan to make some ESO videos when the patch drops. I want to see what it's like. And I plan to update like the Nightblade and stuff, because I know a few people like the snipers. So we are halfway already. We are on 41k. So we've gained like another 10k XP. It's just so much XP. I think he's going to go off in a moment. Yeah, I think the guy's leaving. Yep, he's running away. If you get enough of you, by the way, you can actually monopolize this spot and the other spot. Just message Manti saying I'm running it at the moment. Oh, you're a hillbilly. Let me just jump through here, jump over this so I don't get killed. Tag that one, roll through him, tag that one. Tag the one over there. Oh, I switched to my sword and shield, I get a sword and shield XP. My sword and shield XP went up quite a bit, which is nice. That's another one dead. Yeah, I thought about Hillbilly also asked about New World, so I sort of read 2 comments there. So Hillbilly asked about New World, what do I think of it? Yeah, so I like New World. I think New World has a lot going for it. I think the best way to kind of explain what New World is to somebody else, and it kind of answers the question as well, is it's a polished RuneScape. So if you ever played RuneScape and you enjoyed that game, you enjoyed completing things, you enjoyed kind of min-maxing it and getting as much as you can with the skill capes, for example, really kind of trying to get your crafts up and just explore the world and have fun that way, then that's what New World is. If you're wanting the best PvP game at the moment, New World has a really good PvP, but it's obviously people are leveling up, people are trying to craft, people are trying to do all sorts of things. Just got my sword, XP, just, yep. So, yeah, I think it's, I think New World definitely has a lot going for it. I think the issue that it lacks, I think lots of MMOs have this issue, is that kind of burnout. And I think when you get to kind of about level 35, you really notice it. Between level 35 and sort of 50, the XP gain feels really like brutal. Because you're like, okay, I want to get to level 60, but then like you need so much XP. And so if you're pushing the XP only, it can be quite demoralizing. Whereas if you go, I'm going to quest, I'm going to pick up resources as I explore the world, then actually it's not as bad. So I think that's kind of what I'd really say is it's a good game, but if you're going to go into this like I want to, you know, power level it, min-max it straight away, you can't do that straight away and you will burn out. Michael Ritchie says I'd be a good Twitch streamer, which I have streamed on Twitch before. The issue I found with Twitch and is I don't this sounds harsh, but I don't agree with the way in which they promote creators. So on Twitch, for example, the way in which it works is when you load it up, the people who have the most concurrent views at that moment in time are at the top, and the people who don't have like views at the time are at the bottom. And so trying to grow on Twitch is incredibly difficult, and you get situations where there are some people who are kind of just mediocre content creators in some instances. They don't, because they've got a lot of people on them like watching already, it kind of just self-promotes it and kind of becomes that sort of cycle. Whereas with like YouTube, you are kind of, your success as a content creator is based on the way in which you tag your videos, you create your videos, the engagement you have with the viewer. And for me, I think I like that, because you feel like you have more of an impact. Just switch there, get the sword and shield XP. So I should probably kill this here. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. The thing with Twitch is that it's just really hard to grow on there. And I've got quite a decent following on there. But when I kind of look at, I have more people on, more views and people on YouTube than I do on Twitch, so it makes more sense to stream there currently. The long-term plan though would be to stream on both, but I have an issue where I've got one monitor currently, so like I'm actually having to view chat on my phone. You're right, Mark. So yeah, I think, I would probably do it on both eventually, but with Twitch you have to do it so often. Like, you have to be streaming, multiple times a week, and I've got a 2-year-old son, I've got a wife, I've got a full-time job, I teach, and I just can't commit to streaming 3 or 4 times a week. Whereas with YouTube, I can stream once a week on there and also put videos up in between, and so that kind of gives you that exposure, which is why YouTube just works better for me as a creator. As for the other bits, Duca says, hope family's alright, enjoys it after my builds in ESO. Yeah, so he doesn't have New World, but he obviously watched me play it, which is like, that's really nice to sort of see that. We've obviously, I know switching to a different game somewhat, it can be difficult for a channel and a community. And I like to kind of, sorry, look at this guy's armor. That looks so cool. Sorry, I'm easily distracted. Yeah, that is like really cool. But yeah, and I think like with kind of just having people tune in, whether they like ESO or New World or both or one or the other, it's just nice to just chat with people and hang out, really. Let's not die from there. I'm going to jump over this. There's a hurdle that you do. Use a potion just to be safe. Switch my sword and shield, get with that XP. So yeah, I was just having a bit of chat, as you can probably tell. Multitasking really bad. All the blue stuff. Bars, Azov, lifestyles, just Hillbilly said he wants to get to level 62, and he got to 45 and he's hit the wall. Yeah, I agree completely. For context, Hillbilly, I've been here for about, can't have been that long. About 40 odd minutes, and I've almost got did about a quarter of a level. Which, bear in mind, when you're at this level, they're really big levels. So it's a pretty good spot. I'm going to go again and tag another one. Yeah, I think it's nice to obviously you get the thing, Michael. like obviously having kids and stuff, I don't think people always appreciate how, I wouldn't say like their burden, but like how difficult it is trying to juggle family, work. Yeah, that's just hard in itself, and then adding obviously content creation on top, it is really difficult. So it's nice that you obviously kind of get that. I think some people don't, but it's nice that obviously you do. Switch bar, get our sword and shield XP. Have a casual 500 XP there. Just grab all these items. So yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, Hillbilly. So Hillbilly was saying that he read the XP you needed from 47 to 60 is equivalent as going from 1 to 47. And lots of MMOs use a kind of diminishing return system. So the idea is that you need more XP per level as you increase. And I wouldn't be surprised if that, it might not be exactly that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not far off. Because I needed 70k XP roughly for this level. Whereas I know when I was like level 1 or 2, it wasn't nowhere near as much as that. So you might hear my son cough on the monitor, so apologies about that if you do. I found one of the other good ways to level up, which I think lots of people on YouTube have shown, is really obvious, but it's basically just go to a region, go to the town board, grab everything from the town board, grab all the quests in the region, and then literally just kind of do like a quest chain, where you kind of go from like here, not there, sorry, you go like there, then you go to here, then to there, then you go to like there, then you do all the portals on the way up, and you go back. And doing that, that's quite an efficient way to level too. So that works quite well. The issue that you have, and all that I found, is once you get to a certain point where you've done all those quests, what do you do then? And that's where spots like this are quite good. It's very monotonous though. Oh no, I'm gonna die here. I'm definitely gonna die here. Yeah, but we got trapped. The mobs trapped me. Brightwood isn't very bright, is it? No. Brightwood is it's very morbid. You go there and it makes you depressed. You go, oh, this is a very contradictory place, you know, based on its name and just the environment itself. We'll jump over this. You want to zigzag when you do this here, if you can, because at least if you get hit, you're not going to get staggered. My sword and shield up. That's tasty. About 300 sword XP there, which is not bad. If somebody else does the damage for you too, you can actually just get like the 500 XP on one weapon. So this has gone up a level and a half already, this sword. And I'm only doing it because I can. Like that is legitimate what it is. So it's a good little spot. It does what I need it to do, this area. Once I get to 50 though, I will go back to the questing. The only issue I found, I think lots of people find, is the main story and lots of the quests actually, they limit kind of what you can do because you have to be a certain level, and that's quite frustrating because the XP they give is really high, and then you are kind of just you're just waiting. Like, you kind of have these kind of dead levels where you finish the quest at like level 46 and you can't carry on the main story until level 50, and that's really frustrating. So that's why I'm doing spots like this, to try and kind of bridge that gap. I was 47 today, so I managed to get to 49, almost 50, which isn't too bad actually. Oh no, it's gonna happen again. It's almost happened again. And let me this is where I used to play Call of Duty Zombies, so you kind of get used to how mobs path. You kind of just run in big circles to try and get them to bump into each other. I'm gonna see if they actually have enough damage between them. Oh, they do! I can get all the sword and shield XP. Oh, that is great to know. So Helen asked, don't the town quests supplement the levels? They do somewhat, but the issue is that some of them are like really quick and some of them are really difficult. And you kind of get you get kind of to this point where some towns are just so upgraded that you can't get enough quests from them. So for example, in our server, Everfall, the fortress is max level. So when you kind of get there, you're like, oh, there's only 3 like sections on the board that you can actually pick quests for, and so you're limited that way. And then some of the quests are like, you need to get fish. No, well, I don't fish. So you have to take it, cancel it or buy the item. And if it's like a large salmon, it's like 50 gold on my server. I'm not paying 200-300 gold just to complete a quest for 400 XP. It's not worth it. So quest, like the town board's definitely a way to do it, but I found where I am, you kind of get into this really awkward bit where you can only do so much of it. And then the time that I spend actually traveling from A to B, for example, you might do something, might say, could you go over to this area, kill all the stuff here, then could you go to this area, kill the stuff here? That's like 2k XP, 4k, 6k, come back, yeah? And that will take you probably half an hour, 40 minutes to do those, whereas I'm getting 800 XP every 2-3 minutes here. So I'd say this is probably similar XP to towns, maybe faster in some instances, depending on what kind of quests that pop up. The only advantage of the towns is you can stack them, which I don't think many people know about. So like you can have the quests from all the towns on the map together. So let me just try and say that quickly. Yes, you can have the quests from all the towns together. And then that way when you kind of do like kill boar, if you've got to kill boar 3 or 4 times, and you also get weapon XP by doing this. That's the other advantage of this. I should probably tell them that I'm actually using my sword and shield for damage. So yeah, I think as Hillbilly said though, both ways work. There's pros and cons to both. Doing this way, it's nice because you get loads of A's off. That's the big benefit of this. You get A's off and you get items to salvage, so you get those two really good. Plus similar XP levels, and you can get drops that could be better than what you're using. The advantage of town quests is you do get the gold from them. And you get the gold from doing the other quests too, so you get more money that way with similar XP. So you kind of need to trade up. Do you want Azos weapon XP? Or do you want to have just gold and normal XP? And that's what you pick between the two, I think. I also found as well clearing portals works really well. That's how I was doing a lot of my leveling. So I'll go through, do all the quests around here, for example, like here. Swing around to there if it was nearby on my quest route. And then if there's any portals, I'll also do the portals that are nearby, because they're like 600 XP a portal. Well, this is a good region to kind of show it. Where you might go to this quest. You go from here, so you go from here to here to here, clear that portal, do that quest, clear that portal, return back to town. But you can have a look at the stream and see how much XP I gained in the time that I spent. Oh no. Ooh. Oh, that was very, very close. Yeah, I think training mobs is it's kind of an old staple in any MMO, isn't it? Oh my goodness, that hit me really hard there. It's because I'm trying to use my sword and shield and actually not using my ice gauntlet. Let me just move around here and just I'll sit in this. Waiting for Manti and Lily to come and save the day. I guess I'm not coming to save today. Beat him with shotgun. Just. I'm only messing with Manti, by the way. I know Manti, but healers need to heal. Now, Manti's actually a good healer. I'm not doing the damage. Literally, like, no healers for you. Minus pants. The other thing with this spot too, by the way, is you get these items like minus pants. That's 200 gold. So you can get more gold here. So if you look at all the stuff I've been locking, I've probably got about 1,000 gold just of items that I could sell quite quick. And if I wanted really quick sales, I could probably go half of that and go 500 gold. And sell like the minor stuff like 50 to 100 gold each, which will sell fast. I've seen a few people do the trains in the Great Cleave, I think it's called, as you said. I found like the doing portals worked well, but if you didn't do portals, just trying to train mobs is so. Like in other areas, you need to go to an area where there's loads of corruption. Like the Great Cleave is obviously a good spot for that. Can they do the damage? Yes, they can. Who brought the crocodile here? Silly crocodile. So that there, like, each little route is literally like 800 XP. If you think of how quick these are, unless you're in a big portal group. That gap close is awful. Like, it's so bad. We've got 2 levels already to use on this. But that's why I like this spot, because it's just, you can get these up too, whilst you're still like farming. And I found that the extra perk makes quite a big difference. Hillbilly asks, what's my preferred setup? I want to be, it's going to be a bit awkward, but kind of in what context? Preferred as in kind of PvP? If he walks on that ice bit, just watch the damage. It's just so stupid. Yeah, I've got a perk that makes my eye shower do damage. So they stick together and it's just like so busted. PvP, I really like the musket and spear. The musket, if you build it right, it is one of the most oppressive weapons of single target you can get in the game. It's got great range. It's got really high damage. The issue is you have to be incredibly accurate. I don't mind aiming and using guns, so for me I don't mind that too much. For PvE, for like things like AoE clearing like this, having the mage weapons. So I'm going to do damage with my mage weapons now. Just look how quick they die. That's most of it's dead already now. So that's the difference when I actually use my mage weapons to fight. Like the damage is huge. And so for PvE, no, just AoE in areas and stuff, having magic is phenomenal. I think it all depends on the kind of what you're trying to do. Solo 1vx, the musket isn't great. But in a duo, the musket is lethal. Like so, I've got loads of clips of it, which I do need to kind of edit to make a video. You've been using a Lifestaff Ice Gauntlet and Lifestaff Hatchet, yeah. I think a lot of people use the Lifestaff Hatchet because they want to be kind of... it's that whole ESO mentality, they don't want to die. He better not take my XP, because... he is going to try and do it, isn't he? 5 gold there, that's nice. Go through here. Yeah, the Lifestaff's really popular. I can see why, because being able to keep yourself alive is obviously really, really helpful. Because this is just my damage here, by the way. As I'm all dead now. I wouldn't normally use a sword and shield, by the way, with this build. This is just to level up the sword and shield. I think the I do think the Lifestaff is really broken PvP. Like, it is so strong. I was fighting Manti, and like with my high damage build on the musket and rapier, or musket and spear, I couldn't out damage his healing. So Manti just put his heals up, sat in them, and I couldn't do enough damage. Like, he was actually healing more than I could do damage. And he also has the oh, not that XP, thank you. Yeah, you can't like out damage their healing, and whilst at the same time they're also damaging you, which like it's only a little bit of damage, but it does hit hard and it does add up really quick. Dead. There we kill that. I think the other guy's going to disappear in a moment. Yeah, I think I tried to get mine to about level 10. This is almost level 9 already. So I've got musket level 20, ice gauntlet level 25, staff almost 20, life staff nearly 10, bow nearly 10, spear nearly 16, sword and shield nearly 9. And I'm only level 49, so I've got a lot of high level weapons. And it does make a difference. Like, it really makes a difference to the effectiveness. So like if you are, even if you just go, I just want to passively get XP, there's always a group here that you can just go, look, can I join your group? And people will add you. You can just sit here, get a coffee, have a nice time, let them do the work for you, and level up some of the harder weapons like the musket, the bow, the sword and shield that are they're just annoying to level. So I'd definitely come here, Hillbilly, or somewhere like this. That's 374 weapon XP, 396 weapon XP there. Like, it is such a good spot for your weapon XP. PvP is obviously better, but if you don't want a PvP, this is probably the next best thing that I found, because it's so easy. And you can do this, like, you can do this at kind of almost any level, as long as you're high enough to fight here, or just sit in a group and let people do it for you. So yeah, really, really love this spot. I also have almost 25k gold now. I've been making loads of money too. I need to make a gold guide. Because money is actually really easy to get if you know what you're doing. I've got on the market about another 10k gold of items to be sold, which will sell. So I'm probably have about 35k gold at the end, which is like really, really nice to have. As they are doing the damage, I'm going to switch my ice gauntlet to a life staff, I think, because I can level that up too while I'm here. So, well, probably the fire stuff to max it. Oh, no, 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 no. It's like, ooh, they're very, very... all it takes is a bad stagger or a bad stun and you are dead. So you may want to have a bit more health than I have. I deliberately have very little health. $420 XP. Yeah, another 50. Yeah, just for anybody who has kind of joined this far in, you go, oh, I've just joined. This spot that I'm at, just for people curious, it's in Restless Shores, level 41 to 46. You can do this from about level 40 by yourself. If you are a mage and you have all the right gear, 35 is doable too. But you are best in a group if you're kind of that level, or any lower. And yeah, you come here, you literally just aggro the mobs like I've been showing, and you just nuke them as a group. If you are somebody who, you know, you're not on an AoE build, do build a group, like just bring a group of people, they will really help. And obviously build a camp nearby, and then flag for PvP if you can for more XP, that does actually help. And it does really make a difference, honestly. Just for people curious as well, you know, I've got 58 constitution with a sword and shield on. With my ice gauntlet, it is at 48, so I don't have like much health. So like, you don't need a lot of health for this, and I'm in light armor. So as long as you move correctly, you will be fine, even at low levels. And for people just curious, you can solo this. So anybody who's going, oh no, can you actually do this by yourself? You can. I was showing this at the start of the stream, so if you go to the start, about 5-10 minutes in, you'll see me running around solo in it, just literally nuking everything by myself. And it's not like I'm like got some godly build, it's actually quite easy. They all go over here, lunge away, let them do the kills. That's only because I want to level up my sword and shield. 453 weapon XP, 475 weapon XP. 519. So yeah, 519 weapon XP a pull. That is not bad, is it? So yeah, that's what this spot does. Oh, let me just sit in there. Look at Lily's healing. That is like... there's Manty's healing, sorry. There's 2 AoEs here, so this is like 600 health a second. Crazy. Level 9 already. And I know some people are curious, like, is he using XP buffs, you know, from the tokens and stuff? And the answer is no. So I have like no XP buffs. So all this XP that you're getting is just flat. If you had like the XP gain cards, it would go up much more. But I would obviously avoid doing that if you can. We're going to change the ice gauntlet. We'll lock that so we don't lose it. And I'll change it to a life staff. That'll do. Or that's what hatred. Done. There you go. I'm now going to just tag these because I can level this up too. So long as you've done some damage to them, you'll get some XP. So like if I get any split XP, the split isn't going to be wasted on the ice gauntlet. Now roll through here, up we go, tag the one in the corner. Ooh, just cheeky roll through there. Sword and shield. The XP gain cards are a waste. Yep, 100%. Well, that's why I wouldn't advise them. But I do appreciate that some people don't want to spend forever leveling up. And if you go, actually, am I really going to spend much time on Restless Shore when I'm max level? The answer is probably no. So you might go, actually, I'm happy just to sacrifice 2 or 3 cards to get 10% extra XP. And it is definitely a something that's worthwhile doing. You know, 3 cards. What you're looking at, an extra 70 storage, or maybe an extra 5% tax reduction. It's not huge. I wouldn't personally. That's just because I'm that kind of person. But I completely understand anybody that would want to go, you know what? I don't really want to lose that. Just use that crate there. So yeah, I think each their own. Break their block. Yeah, that's right. I hope that obviously helps. If you get any questions after the stream, Hillbilly, just feel free to message. And I'm saying to anybody here, like either write in the comments or message on Discord. I can obviously help. But there's other people trying to steal my XP. And we go, no, that's not what we do here. It's my spot. I'm going to go and just pull them all together. And what I do is I will go and I will turn the stream off in a little bit, but I'll just let you know how much XP I've made in the time frame. So that way, if you want to see is this a spot for you, then you can obviously check yourself. Oh, let me use my potion. There you go. And my healing's awful, as in like I've got no points in focus. They brought the crocodile to try and make it harder. Take that potion. I love Mantis reply. I'm a damage dealer and you can silence this place. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, let me have a look. I made a note of what my XP was at the start. And when I started, I had 110k XP to go. I'm down to 25. Now, I did do some of this before the stream started. So the stream's been on for around about an hour and 17 minutes. I was doing about half an hour before this. So I've probably gained about 80k, 90k XP roughly. And that is in probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. So it's about 30 to 50k XP an hour, which is pretty decent. So anybody curious about the XP rates, that's what it is roughly. If you are curious, you can obviously go back and just see where I was showing the numbers and just check for yourself. But I think I'm going to jump off stream for a bit. I will carry on playing though. And if you get any questions between now and the next video or stream, feel free to put them in the comments or message on Discord. And I will just kind of call it there. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care and bye.